still generally believes that there is a rules-based international system animated by ideas of sort of sovereignty and justice and fairness and all of this kind of stuff.
He
Don't think
doesn't believe in that.
doesn't believe in that at all. He
No.
believes in power, raw
Yeah.
power. Or a more malevolent way of putting it, if you like, someone's put it quite well, is that it's a bit like kind of a mafia boss, right? I mean, he controls his family. He has rivals, but he kind of respects the rival families. He doesn't kind of, get into fights with the rival families because he knows that may not end well. But what he does do is he gets into fights with people he can get into fights with, i.e., smaller guys that can be bullied and sort of pushed around. And I think there is an element to that of that to
Yeah.
Trump. This raw power is the animating f animating dimension of sort of the way in which he views the world.
But so where does that leave the rest of us then? If we've got this kind of mafia boss in charge of the United States, where raw power is his motivation, not rule of law, where does that leave us?
Europe has been kind of living an illusion for the last 20, 30 years, which is that they didn't need any military power. The world was peaceful. A famous American historian wrote a book 20 years ago, subtitle of which was, Americans are from Mars, Europeans are from Venus. And I think that idea that we lived in this world of comity where war was a thing of the past and everybody would get by and we'd all play by international rules, it was a nice kind of brief interlude from history that we did enjoy for perhaps 10 or 20 years. But I think Europeans have been living, living in that deluded sort of fantasy world for a long time. And, set aside what you think about Trump's rhetoric and behavior, that is a reality. And I think the Europeans are starting now, finally, to come to terms with this. And the sort of shock therapy that Trump is providing, intentionally or otherwise, is having the effect that it needs to have.